Vintage hats, shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. From whatnot to eBay, we score the loot. Vintage finds in every pursuit. Tips to cash in, stories so grand. Reselling raiders, rulers of the land. Reselling raiders, treasure we chase. Hathouse fired up, coaching the race. Vintage hat shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Reselling Raiders podcast where we talk everything from eBay to whatnot. I'm Hathouse, joined by Coach Porch and Fired Up Finds. Have a jam-packed show as always. Definitely got to shout out our top 5 downloaders. Singapore is still coming in number 1. We appreciate all of our Singaporeans. I think that's probably right. And
hell yeah, my Sing guys.
And Chicago, New Orleans, Atlanta, and LA. All the big cities are finally catching on.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Definitely got a lot to talk about. I definitely want to get into the whatnot email that sent out. I did a short video about that, but I want to hear what you guys thought about the state of live selling in 2026 and just pretty crazy week the past couple of weeks. I think we missed a week, didn't we?
Yeah, we missed last week.
Giant snowstorm.
Yeah, we'll do better, guys. We will do better. Because I know you're craving the downloads because we're like 200 downloads an episode now, which is really sweet.
Nice.
Appreciate all you guys out there hitting the download button. Just remember, keep it ad-free. Leave us a review. 5-star review would be awesome. And then give us a thumbs up on this video. Really helps keep us going. Appreciate you guys. And then there's always a bunch of great links down below to if you want to do some cross-listing. There's a great link for that. Can get you some free cross-listing if you want to try it. But if you want to pick up a hat shaper, it's in the links below too. But I don't think so. I haven't talked to y'all since I did my last Whatnot show. Have I? I don't think we've done a.
No,
I had a.
Do one.
Yeah, I've already got some great hats coming again. That'll be here this week. I'm gonna try. Yeah. Rob gave me a really hard time in my last Whatnot show that I was only going live like once every 90 days. So I'm trying.
Mikey, I said one thing.
I said one thing, and it's the one thing he remembers.
Oh yeah, it's right here. It's front of mind. So I'm trying to get enough inventory to try to do it once a month at least.
I think he said something like, bookmark my next show. I said, yeah, you got to catch them quarterly.
Huge shout out to the people that are, huge shout out to the people that are here live in the chat. Jason's here and Chelsea's here. Appreciate you guys.
Chelsea's an absolute gem, dude.
Yeah. I know we don't schedule them out as good as we could, so people can't really schedule when we're going to be here, but appreciate it if you hit the notification bell so you can see when we go live, so you can join the chat. And then One Core is also here. Appreciate you hanging out. Leave any questions in the chat. We'll try to get to them. But it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. I figured out how to get some good content from it. And so that really went well. And I was able to reuse that live show into making some good content for Instagram and for TikTok. Basically running banger hats and breaking it up into a 30-second clip. So that really helped too. I have really had fun doing that. And anytime you just get some free content is good too.
For sure. Did they all? I mean, the Miami hat went obviously great. I'm pretty sure that paid for. I'm pretty sure that paid for basically both the hats that you got, right?
Yeah, my other hat.
Yeah, behind you.
This one.
Yeah.
They've tried to buy it from me on the whatnot.
I saw Bus offered you $250. Did he?
I don't think
No,
he
you
got
get
to
the
250. I think he was
hit
at
the
200.
What did
200
he?
mark.
200. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that that's even in. I think I'm gonna be higher than that now.
Steven was a stalwart. He said,
yeah.
no.
Usually I don't
The
mind
number has
running
to start
whatever
with
I'm
a three.
wearing. I'm not that
Yeah.
attached to hats.
But that hat is like, you know, when people say you're not gonna find something, it's like a pretty good one. That's like, you know, you might find it, but it's not a prevalent hat. I don't think.
Yeah, and even if you don't even know who the Oklahoma City Blazers are, it's just the
It's a
logo.
great hat. Yeah.
Yeah, and the style, the wave style right now is just everybody loves it. I need to clean this Sooners wave one up a little bit, put a shape
Yeah,
on
that
it.
one's been sitting up there for a little while. I haven't seen you wear that. I don't think I've ever seen you wear that hat.
I haven't. It fits a little small, but I also just need to shape it, and
Yeah.
get it looking good.
Yeah, that's I wasn't in there for a lot of your show because I was at work, but the couple that I did see, I was like, it went good. Had good
Yeah.
viewers, the whole nine.
Yeah, it's
I was there
fun.
the whole time.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Rob really is a freaking beast, dude. Like
Yes.
Steven and I we'll do our best to be in each other's shows, but most of the time we're not going to be in there the whole time, and sometimes we'll just straight up miss an entire show. Rob, on the other hand, virtually never misses a show. And on top of never missing a show, if you can count on one person to be in there 90+% of the duration of the show, it's Rob. And he like types too. Like he's like, whether he's actively engaged or just engaged enough to just be able to type and then continue doing what he's doing, it's impressive.
It is.
Very impressive.
Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Where are you right now, Rob?
I'm in my dining room. Steven thinks I'm in my bathroom.
I thought he looked like he was in the bathroom. It's just this white room there, and
No. I can get you some sunlight if you want.
No office today?
Nah,
Like
I'm right here.
You're at home office?
I was sitting here working anyway, so I just said, well, I'm just gonna sit here anyway. My wife's at work tonight, so she won't be home till 11 or 12.
Dang,
so Rob,
man.
Rob, there's no good prospects of you hitting a whatnot show anytime soon, is there? It
No,
actually got worse.
I just read a email Friday evening that I've got 4 to 6 more weeks.
You haven't ran a show in what? Easily 2 months. It's got to be.
Start of December. All right, my last show was Black Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, makes sense.
I guess you can just start shipping that stuff to us. I mean, we can run it for you, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's already, the show's already set up. I mean, I have to tear it all down.
All right, fine. Then buy me a plane ticket.
Yeah. Let's just go to his house and we'll run like this huge
Hey,
show.
you leave for work one night, you come back, all of your shit, it will still be there, but it'll all be sold.
Yeah.
So I got to do the packing. That's the
we'll
whole reason I'm not
up.
getting in the middle of a show while I'm in the middle of this weird shift.
We will rip Rob's basement for $1.
Absolutely.
Rip it all.
Absolutely.
That's a good name for the show. Rip Rob's basement.
That actually flows
hey.
pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That shit does flow pretty dang good.
And then you'd have to start you'd have plenty of sourcing money.
Yeah, you would. So I'm guessing that you didn't get to do a lot of sourcing this week, Steven, because did you guys get a big storm too, or?
Yeah, it's kind of more last week. This week we did get back out to the bins, found some pretty cool stuff. I don't know if I put it in the
Have
bolos
you
or
not
not.
seen all the TikToks on where to eat in Oklahoma?
That's on my
Mary's
wife's
channel,
account,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was me testing out the Meta glasses
Yeah.
and how well it did. But
I thought it was great.
yeah,
I watched every one of them.
well, thank you, Rob. See, there's
I
no
got
better
a whole list
supporter.
of places to eat now.
Yeah, whenever we go to whatever town in Oklahoma Steven's in.
We have to go out there. He's not flying anywhere around here.
I'm trying to figure out something to do with her her account. That's kind of fun. Nature watching has been kind of one of them. Did some live streams of feeding the birds out there and stuff.
Wait, how
And
did you live stream?
on TikTok,
Yeah,
I hit the button to go
I
live.
thought you needed 1,000 followers to go live on TikTok. Is that not true? Well, it can't be true,
I
right?
think it's 100.
100 followers.
Yeah, this one
Okay.
was 100.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of that, I got my name. If you remember, I told you someone had Coach Porch.
Oh, on TikTok?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did
Now
you
I
get
got
it back? Like, did you just email them and say this account's inactive? or
No,
something?
no. I think it might have been mine actually. I might have created 2 accounts because I
Somebody
just
had my
logged
name
in.
and it happened to be me.
I just logged in and took it. I just used a couple guesses on old passwords and said, "Oh, here we are." So I
That's-
set it
Wow.
all up.
That's
Bam.
very boomer activities right there.
That's literally dude, that's literally so funny. Oh my
It
goodness.
is, right? Oh, bitching about, damn, somebody's got my name, man.
Yeah, Rob's gonna start posting some content.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're locked in. We're locked in.
Oh dang. One of the thrift stores that I follow on Whatnot that is kind of in my area, the owner of it died like probably 3 weeks ago, maybe. Just like unexpectedly died. And they just went live on Whatnot. So I guess it's like his
From the
daughter or
grave?
something.
From the
That's what I'm
grave?
saying. That's what I'm saying. I think his daughter's taking over the place.
Wow.
You gotta
Yeah.
pay the bills.
It's that place. Do you remember when I sent you that picture of like me in the back room and there's just a massive pile of clothing? It's like twice as tall as I am.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
the rag house?
Yeah, it's the guy that owns that place. Yeah, he randomly died. So I think his wife and daughter are like now taking it over.
Running the
They
thrift
should start
store.
doing more Whatnot because they just have like, they just have an unbelievable amount of stuff.
Most of those little thrift stores just run off of donations, right? They just
Yeah, it's all donation. Yeah. Yeah, but they're kind of out there a little bit too. It's not a big town or anything. So, and,
right.
so they just accumulate a lot, but there's not a ton of people that actually go in there and buy. So, oh, Steven, look at how proud of you. Look at how proud of me you're going to be.
Holy smokes. That's a lot of silver.
Yeah, I mean, it has like this, well, I already took this gem off, but
Yeah.
it has some gems up top. But yeah, it's all sterling. It says it right there on the inside. And then this little guy right here is also sterling.
Silver is so crazy. If
Yeah.
you guys don't know, it's probably in the bolos. I'm going to share mine, but we'll talk a little bit about silver. So silver for years, for like, I don't know, 20, 30 years has been around 20 to 30. It popped to $50 at some point, but mostly it's been around 20 to $30. But over the last 2 months, it's went over $100. It got all the way up to almost $120. And now it's back down to 80 in one day, 85-ish. But if you find a sterling silver out there, it is not a bad idea just to sell it right now because it's never been so high. It's been hitting all-time highs over and over again. Not financial.
86.61 right now.
Yeah, $86 right now is a great price for silver. Even if it just kind of hangs in the $80 to $100 range, I don't know that it's going to get much more than that. But it has to level out a little bit at some point. It's just been like climbing like a rocket ship for 2 months, and kind of crashed back down. I think it's going to level out around $90 to $100, and maybe hang there for a while. But you don't know. It's not a bad time to sell, especially if you got old silver and you just don't care to save it. I would sell it right now.
Dump it.
Dump it. You
Gold
never
is
know where.
49.05, by the way.
You never know exactly when selling high is. So, but if you're selling right now, it's definitely at I don't know, probably 4, 5, 10 times as much as you paid for it. So It's not a bad time to sell it. Did you found those at the
At
flea
the flea
market?
today. Yeah, today.
Would you pay $1 or $2 for them?
No, I paid $5 for this one, and
What the
then
hell
I
of a deal.
paid $2 for this one. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
That people don't know.
Well,
They
and
think it's just
it wasn't
costumes,
early
jewelry.
either. It wasn't early. It was it's probably like around close to noon. So I mean flea been open for whatever 5 hours at that point. But there's a lot of not there's one younger guy that I know like doesn't necessarily look for jewelry, but he knows what to look for in jewelry. So if it's around, you know what I mean, he'll look through it and he'll get gold and silver. But there's a couple older fellas that I always see with their little eyepieces or whatever, checking stuff out. But I think they leave pretty early. So if people pull up, a little bit later, you can kind of find something like that. So I mean, I don't know how much these little gems up here, or not gems, but they're like kind of plasticky, but how much those weigh. But this thing's kind of heavy. So yeah, I just thought it was cool. I was like, that's 2 weekends in a row that I found sterling. When like it's not even something that I necessarily look for. Just
It's a good deal. I mean, you're making $100 on that. It's
Yeah.
better than waiting on a $100 T-shirt to sell, because
Yeah,
that
exactly.
will sell overnight if you price it right.
Yeah, well,
You
my
want
spoons
some
are probably
guy
gonna get
take
absolutely
$1,000
wrecked.
T-shirt away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the silver market, though.
Yeah. It made for good content though. I wish
Totally.
I wish that I wish I did YouTube like in a little bit of a way, because then I'd been able to not make as many cuts and kind of like show the whole kind of process of exactly how that bag went from I want to see inside that bag to don't touch my bag.
Right.
Hey man, why are you touching my bag?
Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen Mike's video, it's the guy he was with found $1,000 shirt, right?
Yeah.
But Mike was getting ready to look through that bag, and was his bag, but turned into not his bag. And
Yeah, because I basically, you see in the cut where I'm like, I want to see what's in that bag with the Nintendo sheets. There's another bag to the right of that, and so I had to go around to the side of the truck and grab both of those bags to slide them to the tailgate of the truck to be able to get them off the truck.
yeah.
Well, I could have picked them up over the thing, but the lady that's all of her stuff, she wanted me to slide them. So when I slid both bags, my boy Dave comes walking up and just grabs that bag, and I was like, "Yo!" I was like, "I want that bag," and he's like, "Grab the other bag," and I was like, "Yeah, okay." I mean, who knows what was in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just saw old Nintendo sheets, and I was like, "Those are old." I was like, the chances of and we had already dumped out bags.
Purple underwear. Yeah.
We had already dumped out bags, and everything in those bags was old as shit. Like 90s was the newest stuff. There was like a bunch of like 80s and 70s in it. And so I was like, ooh, that looks cool. And then and I just ended up getting smoked. So, and he sold it like he sold it in like freaking 20 minutes for $900.
Really?
Yeah, on Instagram. Because so I told him, I said, hey, I was like, once I went to Terapeak, because I couldn't find it, I went to Terapeak, found one that sold for.
What was it exactly for people that don't know?
It's a 1993, I believe, The Breeders, which is a band, and the shirt, it's from their Last Splash album, and it's a long sleeve. It's just it's a crazy look. Like the graphic on the front's crazy. It says Breeders, and it's long sleeve, and it's like this navy blue, and it was on a Red Bar Anvil tag, made in the USA. It was an extra large, and the one that I found on Terapeak initially sold in 2024 for $710. And I was like, bro, you got one of those, like one of those ones that's like the crazy ones.
Right.
And for anybody out there, if you come up on a shirt and say it's like that band shirt, and I knew it was a band because I have seen that shirt before, not out while I'm outsourcing, but I've seen that on Whatnot, on one of those big, like the big freaking vintage streamers. I've seen that shirt, or I've seen it on Instagram or something. I've seen it, and so I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a band. So a tip for everybody else: if you find something like that and you don't know exactly what it is, and so I just searched into eBay the Breeders' Last Splash shirt. 2 listings came up. That was it. Both reprints. They're reprints because it'll give you it'll say order a size small to 2XL, right? So
Right.
like it's a reprint. If it comes up like that and you go to Solds and there are none, you probably got one. Like
Yeah.
that's a good sign that like you need to spend, if they're whoever's friggin' selling it to you is gonna sell it to you for a couple bucks, then you can just buy it because it's not really a loss. But if somebody's like at $50 for something, that's like your cue to spend a couple minutes and like try to dive in a little bit more into your research. Because I went to Terapeak, found that one, then I went and then as I scrolled more, I found another one that was a large that sold for 11 something. And yeah, and so I told him, I said, dude, I was like, you need to take a picture of it and send it to BidStitch, which is like, at least I think it's like the biggest social media content creation platform in the vintage space, and they repost a lot of people's finds, and so they reposted his find, and somebody hit him up in literally 5 minutes.
Right.
They messaged him and they were like, well, how much? And he's like, freaking shoot me an offer. And he said 900, and he's like, done. So he freaking cash out them right there. Yeah.
That's awesome. And what Mike is talking about, if you're on your selling page on eBay, on the app, you want to scroll down to like the bottom down here, and then you can hit this research button, and that's where you can type in, I don't know, what breeder shirt.
Yeah, it's called if you type in the Breeders' Last Splash shirt. I don't even think you got to put vintage and all that other stuff. It should pull up.
Right. But it brings up a lot more stuff, and you can take it to, this is 3 years.
Yeah.
I know mine thing's not. You can change it to 3 years. So you can have 3 years worth of history. I mean, that's why that worth point is not really worth buying anymore. Since you have that, you can go 3 years back. I mean, I guess if you miss out on something that's over 3 years, then you could possibly get burned if it hadn't sold in 3 years, but it's not likely to happen.
Yeah. And usually if you find something like that sold for that amount of money 3 years ago, or, even a year or two ago, and there's none for sale now, the chances of you getting a higher price, like that shirt was bought for 900 on Instagram. That shirt would be, 15 probably or more if you went to ThriftCon or something like that,
Right.
So, or that guy already has other people that will buy it for, however much more. So, yeah, it was just like, yeah. And it was like all the shirts were $3 a pop. And, yeah. And I was like, damn, dude, I was like, I got absolutely smoked for $1,000. But I mean, I was happy for him. Cause I was like, that's one of the things that's like at my flea market, there's a group of us that like, kind of like run around, like not run around, but there's a group of us that are at the flea market every weekend that are all similar. And there's a couple people in that group that will be a little more like, not competitive, but more like, upset
out of my
at the
bag
situation type of thing. You know what I mean? And I've never been like that, So,
well, all my guys at the bins, I mean, there's the vintage bros, and I got them good this time. I dropped the biggest deuce in the bathroom, and then they went in behind it, and I just totally, yeah, they were over there. It was so massive that they were over there in the corner pointing and laughing at me, and I loved it. And I was like, that's what you get, guys. You're always grabbing in my pile. So there you go.
Oh my
Get out of your
God.
bag.
Oh no.
And I was like, there's more where that came from, fellas. If you're ever listening, if you're listening right now, there's more where that came from. So
Yeah.
stay off me.
Yeah. Wednesdays are Chinese night at the Hat House.
Yeah.
And so if you come in Thursday morning, you're about to
Dude,
freaking get it.
How did you know? You knew all the way from Jacksonville that we went to the hibachi place. And
Yep.
Saw it Mary's TikTok.
yeah, we need to. Yeah, we should make a review of that place. It's awesome. But
Yeah.
the vintage shirt bros, that game can be cutthroat, and I find if I'm not looking for them, I don't walk up to a bin and just are like trying to find faded black. I'll have to like retrain my process. I mean, I'm looking more for modern good brands, whether it's like Peter Millar or Athletic or good polos or polo, or just I'm looking more for modern. And so my first glance is not typically like vintage looking stuff is what I'm going to look into. I have to retrain my brain sometimes. If I run across it, if I happen to pick up a vintage shirt, I mean, I know what I got, but I don't know. Do you think, is that how you kind of like scan the pile, is just looking for like that faded color? How do you pick out the vintage shirt in a big pile?
Yeah, I mean that's one. I mean, I like the feel is a lot of anything,
Right.
Like you can just feel like you can feel polyester, and then you can feel cotton, and you can feel like what's thin and what's thick and what's light and what's heavy. But I mean, like a lot
How
of
do you
times,
know if you're feeling a Gildan shirt made last year or a Red Bar
I mean,
Anvil?
they just feel different. Like new shirts are, they're usually not as soft. There's like this there's like it's just like a weird like weight to them, or
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, this, dude. Like, if you were to be blindfolded and your hand was to be put in a bag, and there were 5 things in there, and one was like Nike, and one was Sheen, and one was like an old Champion reverse weave, and you know what I mean? You would know that, like, I'm not gonna say that you're not gonna pull out the Sheen and be like, this is the Nike, but you're not gonna pull out a fucking reverse weave and be like, this is a bad quality thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're just not gonna do that. It's a heavy, thick cotton, soft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's why
I
I'm
look
like,
at the
people that have
biggest
to wear
thing
gloves
are
I
thick
mean,
collars. Like between fades and thick collars, that's like, because with thick collars, it can be inside out with a cut tag, and you'll find a thick ass collar on something, and 99% of the time it's an old shirt.
That's a great
So,
point. The collar, because you don't have time to look
no,
if it's single stitch or how old it may
exactly.
be. But the thick collar is a big one, and the fade
Yeah.
is usually. But I just
Yeah, and then like in the really old shirts, they'll be thin. Like they'll still be soft, but they'll be like really thin, like this like soft thin like material. Instead of that, like the new Sheen stuff might still be thin, but it's like this thin, like there's like this plasticky feel to it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And yeah, it's just a different feel. But like I'm not gonna pretend to be like some damn like expert on it or whatever. It's just that it's, and at the flea market, it's way different than bins. I hate the bins. You guys know this. So at the flea market, you normally, for the most part, I would say, when you dump out a bag of stuff, typically
People aren't
if
like
there's
jumping on
old,
top of you. trying to
no,
look
I
in your
mean the
stuff.
Haitians, but freaking, and that's just like, it's not even to deal with their like where they're
You don't
from.
need
That's
people
just,
jumping on top of you when you got your buddies taking the bag from you.
yeah. Well, the Haitians are the worst, man. The Haitians just pull right up on you, dude, and they'll bump you and stuff. Like, and then they don't like, they speak French, so a lot of them don't speak any English, and so you're like, yo, what the fuck? And you know what I mean? All they can say is how much, and then whatever you say, they say a lower price, and like that's the extent of it. But
20, 15.
normally when you're at the flea market or whatever, like a pile or whatever will typically, if there's vintage clothes, most of it will be vintage. You got to think these people are getting it from storage units and stuff, so if there's a bunch of '80s clothing in there, there's probably not going to be a sheen mixed in there either, you know?
Right.
So, and then, you know, vice versa. If you come up and you empty out a bag and it's just a bunch of Sheen and Forever freaking 21, pretty good chance there's not going to be, you know, like something really good in there.
Yeah. The bins are a lot different in that aspect. And
Yeah, because everything's so mixed.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's tough.
but it was it was crazy. But that I wanted to like you've been posting way more content now that you have those freaking glasses.
So if anybody is thinking about making content and want the easy way to do it, the Meta glasses are it. Just because you don't have to try to hold the phone awkwardly. You don't have to try to do anything. You just hit the button and you're recording what you're doing. And then if you want to make a video, you just go back through and look at it and try to find some cool stuff in there, cut that out, and then post that video. And it's so much easier. Yeah. And
what if you could go back a month, would you have spent the extra money to get the Gen 2s or no?
I don't think so. I don't think so. 3 minutes is enough. I think. What are you getting with the Gen 2?
The battery.
Now,
they say
I like to put these back on.
Yeah, they say it has 4-hour battery. If you're just wearing them basically like normal or whatever, maybe with sound. And they say the Gen 2 has 8-hour battery, which basically, if you're buying Meta glasses specifically for a content creation device, from full battery to dead, you're probably going to get like maybe 30 minutes of record time. You're probably 10 3-minute clips. And I'm not sure if you're going to get that. You might get 9, but so it's like, damn, dude, you could get, you know, say if all things equal, you could get 60 minutes for a full battery, because 30 minutes, in my opinion, goes by super fast.
Yeah.
So
I don't like, well, it doesn't really matter to me because one, I probably should have got the bigger size. They wouldn't have been so uncomfortable. Mine are a little tight. I really don't like how tight they fit. And I just rather just take those off and put these back on if I'm not going to be recording anything.
yeah.
But I probably wouldn't. I would stick with what I got. $300 for what I got. I think it's a good deal. You would have upgraded?
I probably would have just dropped the other two. I mean, I don't know, man. I really got them as a stepping stone anyway, you know? It wasn't like I didn't get them as like the solution to I just got them as like a, hey, let me get these because this seems like the most comfortable way for me and just like my own personal insecurity or whatever to record in public. And once I kind of get used to this, then maybe I can go to something that's like a little more, you know, not inconspicuous.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of why I got it. But the battery life of anything else, the battery life for me is just fucking trash, man.
It sucks.
It's like, yeah, because there's shit that I miss. Like, there's shit that I miss, and there's shit that I miss that it's not even because it's dead, but there's shit that I miss that it's just because I don't hit record because I want to save the battery. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like I miss like just funny little things that happen or something. So, yeah, I need something that I can just have a continuous recording and just don't have to worry about the battery.
Yeah. If anybody's getting ready to start content creation, if you're deciding, I would not get a GoPro. I have a GoPro. It's kind of just a pain in the ass to use compared to like these glasses, which you just put them on and hit the button and it's right there in front of you. So
Yeah,
definitely would recommend them.
I would recommend them too, like overall for sure.
Let's get to this Whatnot email. I want to hear what you guys think.
There we go.
All right, so Whatnot sent out this email, and they're basically telling you what the state of live selling is in 2026. And they gave some bullet points here. I think they're making things sound a little bit more rosy than they are. I don't think they're.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, check out my Instagram video if you want to hear more my quick take on some of it. But here's the first point. I want to hear what you guys think. Sellers who go live 3 to 4 times per week earn an average of 50 times more than those who go live monthly. Would you agree with that?
I mean, it's just sheer volume.
Right. I don't think it's anything special to Whatnot.
It's like saying the sun will rise tomorrow.
Yeah. If you list 3 to 4 times more than you normally do, then you will have more sales.
If you go out,
yeah, I mean, I guess the
3 to
metric
4
is
times
like
a week, you'll see
the metric
start
is kind of
20 times
crazy.
more.
But yeah, I mean, you could say
Well,
that it's just volume.
It's convenient numbers.
Yeah, you
Do you
could say
feel-
that it's because you get to follow him because you're on there more.
Yeah. What's important is that what increases your average sales price in the stream, I think, is what everybody wants to know, and what pushes that. Do you feel like when you guys have gone live more, that subsequent lives you have gotten a better price? Or is it just really come back to just tied into the items? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's a lot of things. I think it's the items. I think it's the following. I think it's the weather that day. I mean, there's just a lot of things that can make the same exact show different on different days.
Yeah.
So, Rob, you don't feel like since you went live like all month, you went live like every single day, like the third or the fourth show is going to have a better sales price just because you went live more? You don't believe that?
I think what comes into play at that point is if I'm there more often, I get more attention. Therefore, there's more people bidding on the same thing. And that's what's going to drive the price up. They've caught up to you being there. And then again, it's going to fall on your following and what you're selling. If you're selling junk, you're not getting prices for anything, period. If you're selling good stuff, you have a good show, you get good prices.
I think fatigue too. Like if you go, like, say you have, I don't know, say you have 1,000 of the same item. I think the first show or two, you're going to get the highest price for that. And then every show after that, the overall sales price is going to go down per item.
Till the last show. Because the last show brings the finality. And then people realize, holy shit, I missed everything in between. I got to get it now before it's gone.
Yeah. Right. I mean, even though the Dale collection wasn't all the same, I mean, that is how it was in the last show, though. Like the last show was.
But you made the announcement. This is it. This is all I got left.
Yeah.
Everybody started panicking. I didn't get, oh my God, I should have pulled the trigger 2 days ago.
Yeah. I think it was almost $1,000 more in the last show than in the 3 ones before that. Yeah. I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was somewhere around that range. So, but yeah.
Okay.
It's the magic of limited edition.
Yeah, it does help. It does help. Scarcity drives sales. In the second one, 1 in 8 sellers are now full-time on Whatnot, up 20% from last year. I feel like, Rob, you've pretty much been totally Whatnot. Kind of, I wouldn't say.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's say 95%.
Yeah, you've basically been that 1 in 8. And Mike, I feel like you're close to being that 1 in 8 now, because we've done an episode where you said you're not going to do any more eBay. And I get it. If you find a stupid water filtration thing, you're not going to part that out on Whatnot. I mean, there are going to have to be like certain items, but do you feel like your main stuff is all going to go to Whatnot? Are you ready to do that?
Nah,
Mike is in the 90 percentile at least.
Still, yeah, but it's like, dude, I'm still doing, like I'm still selling and listing basically every day on eBay. There's just like I've went through this wave 2 or 3 times now where I'll think I have something figured out on the Whatnot side, and then I'll be like, okay, cool. I can just do this. And then I have it figured out for about 2 shows. And then it's like, oh, wait a second. I might have just caught like a little mini wave or something, you know?
Yep.
And then I'm like, well, fucking guess I still got a list on eBay. So, and like at the end of the day, dude, just like you said, like the biggest prices are gonna come on eBay. That's just what it is.
You could literally sub the name Whatnot for Wave Nation.
Wave
Yes.
Nation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's to go full time on Whatnot. Yeah, it's just an inventory game, dude. If you have that part of your shit figured out and you've never done Whatnot ever, but you have a system that you can find X amount of items per week all the time without fail, without luck, all this other stuff, dude, 100% you can do Whatnot. Like, absolutely.
Now, see,
But-
I look at this 2 ways, though. Is this saying what we're talking about now, where all of our reselling stuff is 100% on Whatnot? Or is this saying that 1 in 8 sellers are now full-time resellers on Whatnot? Other jobs be damned.
It's a
Yeah,
good point.
I just read it as like they're they're full-time selling on Whatnot. Like that is their full-time job, is to sell on Whatnot. Like not to sell on Depop and Mercari and eBay, you know?
Right, but do those people have a subsequent day job?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So
Yeah.
that's the way I'm looking at it, though. Does it mean 1 in 8 sellers are going bye-bye, Mercari, Posh, all that other stuff, and I'm going full-time or Whatnot now? Or is it where, like we've been seeing, some people have gone the way of the resell and said, hey, I'm going to be a Steven now, and this is my full-time gig?
I don't recommend it. But
Bullshit. Bullshit. That's giving you a good life
yeah.
and being able to spend all that time with your family.
He's just a winning
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so
Don't
many
do it.
people that would kill for that.
Trying. All right. The next one, nearly 1/4 of Whatnot sellers report renting additional space to support their live selling business. I guess I kind of thought about you, Mike. I mean, you would be part of this
Mhm.
1/4.
Oh, we both are.
Yeah, and I could see if you were like in your house or whatever and you needed a little bit more room to put that stuff. I just kind of read it as, it just feels like they're just expanding so big. But the way I feel is I should be able to reduce my inventory level and I should be able to carry less of it if I was selling on Whatnot, because I would be turning through the stuff so fast.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get that space specifically for live selling. I just got that space for selling.
Right.
Live selling just happens to be part of that, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like, I don't think so though. Like, I think it's the same reason that, you know, a construction business will go from a smaller shop to a bigger shop to a bigger shop to a, you know, because like the more volume that they're doing, they have to keep that, you have to keep the supply.
Mm.
So, you know, and if you're cool with, say, you know, 100 items makes you $1,000 and you always just want to sell 100 items for $1,000 and that's it, then yeah, I mean, I guess you don't need a space. But if you realize, oh shit, well, what if I have 1,000 items? Then can I make $10,000? You know, then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna need some space. So that's kind of how I looked at it, at least.
But you would think, and would you agree that an efficient Whatnot business should take less room to run than a similar eBay business?
I would say so, just because you're not storing stuff for long.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. Like, just like if you just put it in a very black and white, then yeah, I'd say so.
Well,
The
I
next,
think it's people that have ramped up their business,
Yeah.
and they're moving in out of the basement and into a more suitable, larger facility. I would say, if you want to look at a smaller situation, look at Griff. He moved into that space that he broadcasts from now.
Or
If you want to look
Thrifty.
at Thrifty just did his place. If you want to look at a large scale operation, well, you also have Logie Joe. Don't forget him in the golf category. But there's a woman named Sumo Cells, and she is killing it. She used to broadcast right out of her living room. Mind you, it was a big ass house that she had to begin with, but she has a huge place now, and they just run like 24/7. She is killing it.
yeah, I can see that. And then somebody left a comment on one of my videos, and they were like, "Well, you got to think about the pallet people too." And I could see, like, if you started selling pallets, and you would need some
Right.
extra pallets, and that really would ramp up pretty quick. If 10 pallets over one pallet would be a lot of room. So makes sense.
Yeah.
This one doesn't. 9 in 10 sellers say live selling outperforms e-commerce. That's 90%. And like,
What's
outperf-
e-commerce?
I
I
would
guess
say
it
just
depends on the 10 people they asked.
e-commerce just being eBay, Shopify, Etsy, the regular Poshmarks, all that.
Websites.
If you weren't doing live selling, those places have live selling, but if you're just to post something and let it sit,
Okay.
do you feel
E-commerce would
are
be
you in
more.
that 9 of 10?
No.
No, but I could see, but no, but I mean, I could see where like, certain categories of stuff for sure. You know what I mean? Just like I said, like like I said on our text thread, I'm like, if you ask somebody, does live selling TI-84 pluses, does that outperform you listing them for $50 on eBay? They're going to say no.
Right.
Right. But
Right. But if you ask 10 rock sellers,
yeah, you know what I mean? So like if you ask like
oh, hell yeah.
even those coach purses that I put in those shows, a ton of those coach purses that I comp online are $30 to $60. Like not good sell-through rates, $30 to $60. You know what I mean? And I'm getting $30 to $60 for them. So like, is that outperforming? I'd say so, because you're getting basically the price that you would get anyway, but you're getting it right now. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, I think just different categories has a lot to say about that. You can't just blanket that over every single category ever.
Yeah, totally agree. For sure. The last
again,
one,
depends on who you ask.
yeah. 88% believe businesses that don't adopt live will fall behind. And I
I believe that.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I think you have to figure out how it fits in your business. I think we've talked about it a lot. There's a lot of ways to incorporate it. Can it be an outlet for you to get rid of things for $1 that won't move, but you go ahead and move it on Whatnot? Is it going to be something more like I prefer it, or is that where you're going to have like your better premium stuff, or are you going to make kind of more of a show and an event out of it, and that can also attract people to your other businesses as well? I think you just have to have a strategy and run with it, but just to totally ignore it, I don't think is going to be good either, because Whatnot could come to the point to where you basically are going to get eBay prices all the time. There's going to be a point where there's enough people on the platform at any given time that you're going to have to do it.
Yep. Yeah.
I also think it depends on what you're selling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that
for the guy up the street that has the gigantic bike store, I don't believe he's going to do well live selling.
No.
Yeah.
It's logistically, that's a shipping nightmare. And people like, when you get into like the very expensive, like Specialized and everything, people want to get on them and ride them. You can't do that live selling.
For
Yeah,
sure.
there is a interesting. My neighbor, I think she was on Marcus and Neiman or something like that, the website, and it's the first time I've seen it. And she came over and showed us the other day, and she was shopping on there and picking out outfits and all this other stuff, and it popped up and said, take a, for her to upload a photo, a full body photo, front and back of her, like just in normal clothes, like whatever she was wearing. And so she did, and AI puts
Showed her
her
what it
in
looked like
every
on.
single piece
Yeah.
that, and it gives her a full 360 of every single piece that she picked out. And I said, malls have been dead for a while. Brick and mortar stores have been on the decline for a while. I'm like, I think that right there that's the little nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Between live selling and then that virtual try on, but where it looks really real, it's not some kind of just half-ass thrown together
I
type of software. I think
I
so.
agree that it's great, and in addition to, I disagree that you're the nail in the coffin. People still want to go out and go shopping.
Right now, but that is less and less and less for sure.
No, it's absolutely not. It's
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I think so.
My wife.
I don't know the metrics, but
Mary,
I feel
say
like
hi
it
to
is.
Mary. She's at the outlet store right now with her. I call her sisters, but they're her cousins.
What are they doing there?
Just
Shopping.
hanging out. Just
See retail arbitraging?
no, they just came up and wanted to hang out, and that's what they do. Is they go to the outlet.
And they went
store.
shopping. They went shopping at a brick and mortar.
I wasn't trying to end the debate, but I think the mall I think the outlet stores is still where it's going to be at. I think people still want to go get a deal though. I don't think people
Yeah.
want to go to the mall and spend $200 on a sweater. I think they still
No,
want
I
to find
totally
a
agree with
killer I think they want to find a killer sweater for 40 to 60
And I
bucks.
think you see the evolution of that happening. And it may be because online and live selling is, we just look. It may be because
she's online.
and live, yeah, she's right here. It may be because online and live selling and I think it's actually before any of this started to manipulate the situation. But we all agree malls are dead and dying.
Yeah, they've been dead.
So for some reason, there's a bunch that are still hanging on. But I have seen in my area where it's changing to like the neighborhood strip thing where it's outdoor now, or it's back to outdoor again, and you can walk among nature, and it's more than just a mall. There's mom and pop shops, there's big shops, food places. It's a event situation now. Like you go to do what Mary and her sisters are doing.
Yeah, the only time they want a deal, it has to be everything has to be on sale all the time. I think if you're gonna pay up for something, you're gonna do some really good research on it, and that'll have to be on the internet, and you're gonna know exactly what you want, and then I think the purchase will be on the internet. I think more for the higher ticket stuff, and
yeah, I think your big ticket stuff. Yeah, nobody wants to pay $1,000 for a handbag. They want to go look at it, see if it's what they really like, and then come to Whatnot and buy it for $500.
Right. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Unless you're the uber rich and just buy whatever you want all the time.
Yeah, then you just don't give a damn.
Damns be given.
But yeah, so to bring it back, I think everybody's gonna have to figure out how to do it. And I know there's a lot of people that are reluctant to go the Whatnot route and that don't want to get it from the camera and all of that. But if you haven't done Whatnot and you have an eBay business or whatever it may be, if you haven't tried it, I think this is a year that you got to try it. And if it sells for $1, it sells for $1. And it's not going to sell for $1 forever, though. You just got to keep going, and
You gotta
eventually,
take your licks. We all took our licks in the beginning. You got to take your licks.
Dude, I took licks 2 days ago.
yeah. And it's not, it's not licks that
Yeah.
you have to necessarily never going to take again.
No,
Sometimes,
you could definitely take them.
but I would just encourage people to try it out this year, to do Whatnot if you haven't.
How long has Whatnot been around for, Rob?
4 years?
No, it's longer. I've been on almost 3 years, and it was 3 years before that. I think it started in 2020.
It wasn't long after the pandemic. So, yeah, you might be right. I thought it was 2022, though.
But I mean, I'm sure
2019.
it's seen.
Really?
Wow.
2019, yes.
I wonder what the growth metric was from 2019 to like 23 or something like that. And then,
Well, remember, it started out for
2023
pops.
now.
It started out just to sell pops.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like even it'll be the end of 2 years for me in April, and so like I'll start year 3 in April, and I feel like even in that short amount of time, it has gotten like significantly big. I mean, you guys saw that like Mr. Beast is running a live stream on freaking Super Bowl Sunday
On Whatnot?
Yeah, next Sunday he's giving away $1 million. He's giving away it's just a giveaway stream, and it's his thing, and he's giving away like a Lamborghini, a Birkin bag, like $100,000 in cash. He's giving away over $1 million worth of stuff. So, I mean, like, listen, if you're able to get Mr. Beast, like I'm saying, you have to have like a monstrous budget or a huge, pull, because I mean, I remember watching interviews of Mr. Beast and him talking about the sponsorships that he'll get, and he'll get approached by these companies and he'll give them a number, and for large companies, it'll be their entire year's budget on marketing just for one video for him. So like, I'm sure that they have to have, there's gonna be some massive growth in there, because that is like a legitimate A-list celebrity.
I got your answer. You said up to 2023, right?
Yeah.
It says Whatnot, a live streaming shopping app launched in late 2019, experienced rapid growth from 2019 to 2023, driven by high user engagement and expansion from collectibles into categories like fashion. Key growth metrics included 20 times year-over-year sales growth in 2021, a 62% month-over-month customer retention rate, and a 12% plus take rate by 2023.
I feel like it's accelerated even faster, though, in the past 3 years.
And then can you ask it like to determine the growth rate between then and then from 2023 to now?
Yeah, well, he's doing that. I also think, what about how many people in your outside of your reselling circle, like if you were just to ask somebody, do you know what Whatnot is?
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a number. Sorry.
Why is it even bigger?
Whatnot's growth from 2023 to present has been driven by rapid expansion in gross merchandise value, reaching over $6 billion in 2025.
Yeah.
With revenue doubling year over year to an estimated $1 billion in 2025. Key metrics include a 62 month-over-month user retention, high engagement items per week per user, and a $1 per sim. That's how you read that. 12.5% platform take rate. Gross merchandise value surpassed $6 billion. Revenue growth estimated 102% year-over-year growth from 2024 of $359 million to reach $1 billion in 2025.
Yeah, when you're doubling billions, that is a lot. That is a lot of money. Like, so if you pulled up to the grocery store, you went in and you asked all 100 people in that grocery store, how many people know what Whatnot is?
What's whatnot? What's what not?
What
Yeah.
not?
What, babe?
Do-
I'm gonna
What'd you say?
like 10%, 15%.
10? And if you asked
That high,
everybody,
huh?
do you know what eBay is? And that would be like 80 to 90.
Yeah, probably as close to 100 as you're gonna get.
Yeah, I think there's still a long ways to go.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's why it's important for everybody to jump in now. Like
Yeah.
I say that, I literally just said that the other day. I was like, dude, I was like, even though Whatnot has been around, I said it was only around for 4 years. I didn't look it up, but I was like, it's only been around for 4 years. Now I know that's been 6 or almost 7, but I was like, it's still in its infancy stage. In my not infancy, but it's still in it's not where it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, and like not even just Whatnot, but like just that style. So I'm like, if you can jump in now and just build a little something now, I'm like that's like you'll be so much better set up for success in the future. Like
All
instead
right.
of
Well,
trying
let me
to
ask
jump in.
you guys. Let me ask you guys this, as fellow sellers. This email. So this isn't like the first email we've seen in the past year. But is it more encouraging to you as a seller to start seeing these emails from corporate? Because I can tell you for the longest period, you never saw anything. It was a ghost town.
Yeah, I think so. I think they could be a little bit more transparent. See, I just think they need to lean into stop trying to compare yourself to those other sites. Just lean into what it really is. If you want that we move more merchandise than anybody else in the shortest amount of time, this is the place. Just make that more of the message, however that ends up being. Don't try to
I
act
think
like
they need to lock into owning that Whatnot is the premier live selling app. They need to
which
own
it
that.
is. Which it
Right.
is. I don't know.
I mean, everybody else
another
is
one.
trying to bite off the apple right now, and somebody's going to grab that moniker at one point. And I think Whatnot needs to do it first to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only ones that are having Mr. Beast, Snoop Dogg, Shaquille O'Neal last year. Like dude, like legit world famous in the public space human beings on their platform. You don't see you don't see those kinds of things on eBay Live, or even though you might see that there's 7,000 people in an eBay Live. You know what I mean? They make it so exclusive that you can't even get in the door there anyway.
Yeah,
But
they've screwed it up so bad. They didn't build a foundation to. They should have been able to rapidly expand live within a year. I would have had more of a goal to like, we should be able to onboard 70 to 80% of our current eBay sellers. If they want to go live, they can within a year. They should have done that a year ago. But they're still just trying to trickle it out, and they're just wanting the most important people, like kind of like Whatnot did. That's how Whatnot did it. In the beginning, they just wanted big sellers and big people that had big followings to do the selling on the app. But that was to help grow the foundation. eBay doesn't need to grow the foundation. They just need to let people do it.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
To answer your question, Rob. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll just say to answer Rob's question. Me personally, I don't need those kind of emails. I'm just saying that because guess what?
I'm not saying for you personally. I'm saying as it's a progression of the company.
Yeah, but I mean, like they're sending that out to, I guess, just the seller or whatever. First of all, I don't even look at my emails anyway. But second,
I'm here to read them for you.
All the information that I need is when I go live. The shows that I do, how well or how bad or how many people are in there or how many people are not. It's all the info I need. And I can tell you firsthand experience with no numbers, no analytics or anything that I'm getting the most viewers and the best prices that I've ever gotten. If you put it all together versus last year or whatever, so that's like all the info I need.
And also the traffic on eBay, like you're talking about, the traffic on Whatnot is definitely getting better, and it's not that much better on eBay. You ever look at those live streams, and then a lot of times there's only 5 to 10 people in those too, on
Well,
I
on
don't
the
even look
eBay
at 'em.
one. There are some like with thousands, like there is Whatnot, but eBay doesn't
Like-
seem to be.
Well, right now they have Primetime Sports is doing a live autograph thing with Terrell Owens.
Terrell
For-
Owens
Who is?
Yeah. Primetime Sports.
Yeah.
on eBay.
Oh, on eBay.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, like they should. It's just you're gonna have a hard time growing that thing out.
No,
if
I
you're not
agree.
gonna let
If you
everybody
don't
on
let
there.
it grow, if you restrict it, you don't let it grow. So
Yeah.
I want them to come out and say, "Hey, we're just building the backbone, and then we're going to open it up." I mean,
Well, the thing is too is, and to be honest, they've waited so long. It's not too long. It's not too late, but they've waited so long that they've allowed guys like us three to build followings on another platform. And it's
Yeah.
just like anything else. You could have 1,000. You could have 10,000 followers on Instagram and get 1,000 likes and a bunch of comments on all your posts. But then you post something on TikTok or just a Facebook or whatever, and you could have, 3 people like it. You know what I mean? So it's like the followings don't transfer as easy as some people think. If you spent the last 2 years or 3 years in Rob's case of your life building something on another platform, you can bet that like 5% of those people are going to follow you to another place. It's not going to be many. I don't care how loved you are. It's just not going to be that many. And so, you're okay. Like I'm not really trying to go and do it all over again. Like I already put in a shit ton of work to build what I have, So even if eBay Live was like, hey, come and do a live show tomorrow, I'm going to try it for sure. But I'm not going to be like, oh, guys, this is exclusively an eBay thing now. Like, dude,
Right.
So,
well, I would say there are some that do it just for the hustle, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
right now, at the top of my head, that guy, Foreplay Golf Shop, he does both. And then I'm not sure if he's on. Part of what you're talking about happened in the golf category when Stack Golf built their own platform, and they were trying to poach people off of. But I mean, how many people were going, "Hey, I'm going to Stack Golf now. Come on over there."
Yeah, building your own platform. There is your own live selling that you can do now. Basically, I forget the name of the app. You can build one out pretty easily to have people log on to it. But I don't know. I don't think the 10%. I don't think it's worth it to try to build up that many people.
you got to have a legit following already.
Yeah,
Like a legit following.
and
Yeah.
Oh,
I guarantee you, eBay is going to figure out a way to throw a 10% promoted listing on top of your live stream too. So you'll end up paying 20 to 25% just to get 3 people in there.
Yes.
But I
I'm
couldn't
gonna do this.
You know how much traffic you get in eBay though. It's like ungodly. But how cool would it be somebody to be on your listing and your little live thing pop up right there on eBay though? I bet I could get a ton of traffic if I could go live on eBay. But
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
taking too long. They're going to be behind.
Exactly. So it's like, I feel like when I first started on I first started on Whatnot too, I would tell people about Whatnot, and I don't think anybody outside of the resale circle, like people that I know in my life, knew what that was. And over the past 6 months, probably, I've like told it to some more people that already knew. Like whether they had an account or not is one thing, but they already oh yeah, like I've heard of that. You know what I mean? I've heard of that for sports cards, or like I've heard of that for another thing, but they've heard of it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, and then of all the people, I don't know about in your guys' lives, but the people that don't have anything to do with this part of your life, when you put them on, just like my neighbor, when I put her on to Whatnot, she's on Whatnot all the time, not just to see my stuff. She's on Whatnot all the time she's always watching other people's stuff. You know what I mean?
I always say,
And so
I always preface it by saying, "Don't do this. It's addicting. It's very addicting. You're better with heroin."
Yeah.
yeah.
So you have
Yeah.
to turn the notifications off sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely do you guys find reselling just in general to be a bit of an addiction or have like an addictive quality to it, unlike just say another like a normal traditional job or something like that?
For sure.
I find the first part of it to be the addicting part.
Yeah, of course.
I find the selling to be addicting. And when you get something for $1 and sell it for hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I get less of
there's
an
not much.
effect. I get less of a euphoria from that than I do the search.
Like the
On
actual
the-
find itself or whatever.
Mhm.
Like when
And
you
that may come from all the collecting and stuff I used to do, sports wise. It's so hard to get people to sign autographs and find stuff that's vintage or collectible, and that was always a rush when I did that. So I guess I've kind of replaced that with the sourcing for reselling, but I get the euphoria of the find.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's time.
Is the music
What?
playing right now?
No.
It's polo time. Drop
The
your
music is not
favorite
playing.
cash find. Raiders
I wouldn't know
keep you
anyway because I can't hear
informed.
anything.
Well, there is none.
Raiders polos can't be ignored. Polo finds, polo prize. Raiders fly.
Stop bobbing your head.
I'm not bopping my head. I don't even know what the what the song even says.
I don't even believe you.
I'm not kidding. I promise I'm my firstborn child.
Who wants to go first?
Rob.
I forgot
You
what
want
I
me to
put
go
in there,
first?
but it's on there.
Oh, I'll pull yours up, Rob.
Okay.
At the stage. Holy smokes,
right.
we were just
Oh.
talking about Funkos.
Oh, and you did the best one first. Here we go. You guys ready? Now it just says Funko Pop Star Wars number 775. It's Impressions Darth Vader. Now, what's so freaking wild about this? It's not just Star Wars. It's not just Darth Vader, but it's a samurai edition of Darth Vader. If you could see for you guys that are out there in YouTube land or audio land, please look up Funko Pop number 775 and you'll see what I'm talking about.
$150.
$150. I mean, the cheapest one we got on here was $125. They are limited to find Darth Vader as a samurai warrior. Right?
So out of control.
I thought that was
I can't remember the last.
I thought that was so cool when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I got to get this for the Bolos.
I can't wait till garage sale season starts again. I'm actually going this year. I swear.
Find yourself a samurai Darth Vader.
Yeah.
You must. That is your quest. Next, All Clad. We all know about All Clad and their wonderful pans and stuff like that. But if you can find the copper core set, especially the 14-inch stir fry pan, you are in the true about $300 range.
Is All Clad the brand?
All Clad is the brand. It's one of the top brands of stainless steel pans made. Very sturdy. If you get your hands on one, you're going to know it. It's usually on the handles and on the back handle, you'll see All Clad. So
Now this is the type of shit I can find at the
sell-through.
bins.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous
All
sell-through
Clads.
rate, by the way.
I didn't know this brand.
You didn't know All
And
Clads?
No,
now
I
you
didn't.
do. Now you do.
I've never looked at them really. You want me to go first, Mikey?
Yeah.
All right. It's silver
He's still-
time.
He's still trying to look this up.
I'm just trying to see which ones I want to do that
Oh, I
aren't like
forgot
super
that.
obscure.
It's sold. Silver is just banging. When this sold, it went for $123. the price of silver was around 118, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the show. Silver is going for right at or above spot price right now, and at $123, it's not a bad time to sell. And I put this one on. This one even went auction for 3 days. I just put it on a 3-day auction, and it sold pretty quick and for good money.
What was your start on that?
99 cents.
99 pennies.
I wasn't scared. I was going for it.
You were scared.
All right, what else we got? Oh, I got probably know this one. Y'all know Olokai, right? But it's not just sandals.
They do boots too.
Yeah, these were some slippers.
Oh,
Slippers.
nice.
They actually sell for more than the sandals. $60 on those. Always be looking
size 10.
Yeah.
Damn, if I'd known you had those, I would have bought them.
See, would you have paid me 70?
No.
Oh. Is that your size? You're a 10, I guess.
Yes.
I'll let you know.
Depends on the shoe, though. You know how that goes.
I think everyone doesn't know this one. Technics, great electronics brand right here. $88 on this Technics earbuds. Did amazing. And
Technics was huge in the 90s.
I put this one up just because they sell super quick, and Polo is just kind of one of those things, like the button-up shirts. No, you're not going to pick it up, but pretty much everything else, Polo is just a super quick sell. This is one you could have waited for 50, maybe $55, but sold overnight for $38. These sell all day long.
On. See ya.
Great pickup right here, just because they sell so fast.
They sell quick. All right, you guys ready? Is the music playing?
You
what
are
happened to me?
front and center. Go. Your
okay.
turn.
There you go. I'll turn it up for you.
This is the coolest one. It is a 1981
Garfield landline.
Yeah, the Garfield landline. I feel like I've found this before, but the phone, this little phone part of his back comes off, and then his eyes open.
My wife had one of those one time.
Yeah, so I showed my mom, and she was like, "I had one." And it sold for $149.98 plus shipping, and it was sold super fast. The sell-through rate on it is like, it's like 200. It's like 200 solds and 60 listed or something like that. It's something crazy. That's like a really good one. These are like really, really great boots. They're called Double H boots. These ones are made in the USA, I believe. These are the harness boots. They actually do sell for higher than this. They sell for like 100 to 120, depending on the like style and the wear. But you guys know how I rock. So somebody sent me an offer, and like, I don't even know, super fast, like 24 hours for 70, and so I sold them off. This is my sale, and then I'll show you guys like what some of the other ones actually sell for. This is a brand called Aviator Nation. If you're looking for it, it has this like kind of rainbow. Well, I'll show you like a shirt tag, but this is like a hat that I picked up. I'd sold for $30. It sold pretty quick. It wasn't anything crazy, but this is what the tag looks like on usually like their shirts and stuff like that. It's like a large tag. There's sometimes like a rainbow kind of pattern is what you're looking for. This is just like these are modern pieces, like modern pieces. The little logo is an N with this kind of flag thing behind it, but this thing sold for $189. Not only did it sell, not only does it sell for like really insane money, right? And then here, I'll just scroll through real quick of just like the average sale price of this stuff, like just goes super hard. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of $100 things. There's like, it's just crazy. And this one is for just Aviator Nation. If that's just all you typed in, it's 3,900 solds and 3,700 listed. So it's just one of those ones like we were talking about earlier, Steven, where it's like, oh, well, how do you find a vintage tee in a pile? if you're looking for vintage tees, you're gonna miss that because that's like one of those things that my buddy. The only reason I even know about it is because a buddy of mine 2 weeks ago found one of the hoodies. We happened to look it up, and it was a $200 hoodie, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "This doesn't like nothing about this is like good, like all that great quality, or just like it's just one of those brands that like for whatever reason people really like." And Aviator Nation, just look up the tags, and if you basically find anything from them, I'd probably just pick it up because just the words Aviator Nation have a crazy sell through.
I've had
Yeah.
the hats a couple of times. I didn't know that. I've never ran across the other stuff.
Yeah. I've also I know it's trendy, even though these ones aren't all that trendy, but we sold like a couple good freaking Coach bags. These are like the really high sell-through rate ones too. They're called friggin' city bags. The end of the Creed is a 9790 bag. That's like that's kind of the searchable part of it, I guess. This is the cool part that I just learned right before this, because I was talking to Chelsea on Instagram. So this is a black one, right? I sold it for 115. Most of them sell for 130 to 150 if they're in like some really good quality. So if you were to go and type in the Coach friggin' city bag, 9790, right? Which is the exact one that I had. But if you were to find it in any other color, brown is 800, green is 6, the dark purple is 5, right? Any other color besides black, you're talking multi-$100, very high sell-through rate, stuff. So, yeah. If you find black, that's still cool. Still $150 bag.
Black was probably the outlet one, and then the colors were probably sold in this non-outlet stores.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like if you can still find a black one, it's still $150, but if it's in if the shape's really good. But if you can find like a deep purple or some of those other ones, you're up some crazy money. So
all right.
Yeah.
You ready for why Aviator Nation is so popular?
Yeah, why is it?
Who's wearing it?
All right, I'll just give you the list of who's famous for wearing it. Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Lawrence, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston, Jay-Z, Robert Downey Jr., Jake Gyllenhaal, Selena Gomez, and Zac Efron.
Well, there it goes. I don't know why though. Like that. I mean, was anything in your guys' opinion? I'm not trying to shit on their brand. Like I'm sure their brand's great, but in your guys' opinion, was anything cool about that gray hoodie that I just showed you?
It's boasted to have a 70s California vibe with high quality hand stitched construction.
I mean, it's like a 50, 30, and 10 cotton polyester and like spandex or some shit.
Yeah. If I remember right, the hat's just like a cheap ass trucker hat.
It's the cheapest trucker hat. It's like this plastic foam.
No, the cheapest ass auto bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. If that hat had any other patch on it, it'd be you would pay money for somebody to take it. Like it's like the worst quality hat ever. I was like, this hat sucks, dude. It's sold for $30.
We're definitely not getting sponsored by Aviator Nation.
That's why I was wild for me to hear that Aviator Nation is making a comeback. Because I'm like, I've seen their hats before and they were shit. They're terrible.
So shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, that's a $200 hoodie for whatever. Like that I will guarantee you that's getting passed over every time. Because I picked that up. I picked up that hoodie as well. And I was like, this thing's shit. Put it back down. And my buddy walked over, started looking. He goes, oh, damn, Aviator Nation. And I was like, what is that? And he goes, dude, it's a $200 hoodie. And sure enough, dude, we looked it up right then.
Did you initially, when you saw the logo, think it was New Balance?
No, I just thought it was like
I think that's a lot of the confusion sometimes is people see that and it's just that blue. Well, I mean, it's really an A and an N, but it's really looking like that blue N of New Balance.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
They need to hire us because we could up their hat game. So
yeah, we could put Aviator Nation and script on some wool and shit, dude. That'd be sick.
Put them on the map. We could put them on the map.
Get them a sweet 5-panel hat, maybe.
Aviator Nation, give us a call.
Yeah.
Maybe get some fine quality cotton from the United States of America instead of whatever plastic shit you're using.
Yeah. Like imagine the Padres hat that you're wearing, but Aviator Nation.
Yeah. Call us.
Yeah, we won't.
AN.
Aviator Nation is the greatest brand ever. Everybody should buy it.
We love their hats.
There's never been a greater hat maker.
The best, just the best.
Oh,
The greatest of all.
On that note, we'll see you guys next week. We'll talk everything eBay to whatnot. Appreciate you. See ya.
Vegas.